The definition of quarterly rocks is the measurable SMART goals that you set for your firm each quarter that inch you closer towards the end of your growth goal. That's all it is. It's a process of reverse engineering, right? So I want to go through some of the principles before I bring you through these tools. These are the things I keep seeing mistakes being made when you set quarterly rocks. So as we're looking at setting quarterly rocks for next quarter, our job as leaders is to get them 80% of the way there so that when we present them to the team, not a lot of thinking has to happen. It's not a democracy. It's not, what do you think our quarterly rock should be this quarter? Okay, it's, hey, I'm the fiduciary of the company. I've gotten it about 80% of the way there. Here's where I'm thinking. Here's where I need your input. Rule number one, the quarterly rocks have to be set for the firm as a whole. They have to be set, the company rocks have to be set for the firm as a whole. They should not be personal goals of yours. Choose no more than 6 rocks per quarter. Okay, some of you, I saw the quarterly rocks that you were putting together. You had like 10 of them or 12 of them. 6 max, preferably 3 to 6, okay? 6 rocks per quarter, balanced across all areas of the firm. Ding, 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 ding. Guys, this is a huge realization I just learned on Saturday because I was coaching everyone through their quarterly rocks. The quarterly rocks have to be balanced across all sections of the firm. I'm going to say this again to make sure everyone's listening. This is vitally important, okay? All quarterly rocks are set. They balance across all areas of the firm. We don't want to just set a quarterly rock around making our clients happy, client experience. We want to have them balanced. We probably want to have quarterly rocks. If you're taking notes right now, we probably want to have them in these categories. Ready? We want to have one quarterly rock around some key hires you want to make next quarter. That would be one category of quarterly rock. We want to have another quarterly rock around making your clients happier, client experience. We definitely want to consider having a third quarterly rock around intake or your sales process. We want to consider having one around net promoter score, which would tie into client experience, so you could bucket those together. We want to also consider having a zoomed out revenue quarterly rock on collected revenue or new expected case revenue throughout the quarter. We probably want to consider a quarterly rock around lead volume of some sort. Okay, and then we can also have another quarterly rock category around new case breakdown. How do we want to change the caseload of the firm by case type and size of case? How do we want to change the algorithm of the law firm, whereas it's been operating on 80% these types of cases, and we want to start creating a plan where it's only depending on 60% of those types of cases, and we want to go up to 40% of these other types of cases. So now, think through this with me. Ready? When we have quarterly rocks that are balanced across all areas of the firm, it's essentially an insurance policy that no one's going to lose attention on any one area of the firm. We want to have it balanced across all areas of the firm. Remember, there's 5 areas by category: brand, leads, conversion rate, case results, client experience. Say it again: brand, lead, conversion rate, case results process, client experience process, and team. So that's another way to think of the categories of quarterly rocks. Next, you got to try really hard to put numbers next to the rocks, right? They have to have numbers next to them. So whether that's a percentage sign, a number sign, whatever, okay? Discipline and take some moments to think what would be a measurable towards this goal, right? In client experience, the best measurable is net promoter score. In case results, you're going to have to find efficiency or time metrics, right? So for example, if your top operational goal is to reduce the time it takes to settle a case, okay, that's measurable. Okay, reduce the average time to settlement would be an example. Okay, you have to find operational efficiency metrics in time to. All right, here are the don'ts for quarterly rocks. The first don't is you don't want to make your quarterly rocks to-do list items. Okay, so your quarterly rocks should not be like increase Google budget. That is not a quarterly rock. That is one 5-minute decision. That's not a rock. That's not a strategy. That's not a complex goal. Does that make sense, guys? Not to-do list items. Now, why is hiring a key team member not a to-do list item? Create employee scorecard, step 1. Step 2, post job description. Step 3, set up first interview criteria and questions. Step 4, set up, screening. There's so many steps in recruiting that hiring someone is, especially if it's for a key role, is not a to-do list item. Okay, number 2, they should not be monthly rates. Okay, so a lot of times you're going to fall victim to the concept of 100 leads per month. Don't set that as a quarterly rock, okay, because it is a constant moving target, right? So you'd be better going 300 leads generated this quarter so that it allows for ebbs and flows. You don't have to crunch at the end of every month, which actually creates the opposite effect of having quarterly rocks. It creates crunching. It creates like monthly crunching, where you're going to focus all on short-term behavior at the end of each month when you create monthly rates. So we want to zoom out and measure quarterly numbers, quarterly revenue, quarterly leads, quarterly X, Y, or Z. We don't want to end each month scrambling to hit numbers. Don't assign the rock to the wrong person. This is really important. One of the highest value things you could ever do after you set a rock is take a minute and think, who's going to own this rock? Very important. It is one of the most demoralizing things ever if you rip a rock from someone midway through the quarter. If you give them the rock and then a month in, you're like, I gave it to the wrong person. It slows down momentum like none other. Okay. Number 4, don't ignore the measurement of the rock until the last minute. So really, really important principles that I've learned after now facilitating this through 4 quarters. Our 4th quarterly workshop was last quarter. So, I'm telling you guys, I've learned this because I've now done this quite a few times. So don't ignore the measurement of the rock until the last minute. All right. So next steps. Here's what I need everyone to be doing today. Once we select the quarterly rocks, we're going to document and communicate them publicly, right? We assign ownership to them, to the members of the team. Okay, we roll out a bonus plan for the rocks on whatever numbers are bonusable. An internal bonus plan. Okay, and we start tracking data immediately, right off the bat, weekly. Okay. Select, document, communicate, assign ownership, roll out bonus plan, track and report immediately within the first week.